People deluded. Good morning. Now, it's coming to that period where a lot of young players and senior professionals are playing for contracts either here or they've been told by their clubs that their contracts won't be renewed. Of course, I don't know for the likes of Vontae Daly-Campbell and Charlie Gilmour. I'd love for them both to re-sign and I'd love for the club to give them deals so whoever's involved, whether it be their agent or the club or whoever their advisors are, I'd love for them, all the parties, to come to an agreement. I don't know anyone connected with either player, but as a fan who likes young players, as you know, I know that both of their contracts are up at the end of the season, 2019. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It will be a blow to lose Vontae Daly-Campbell, and it will be a blow to lose Charlie Gilmour. Potential is just potential. No clue where these players will go in terms of their futures, but I do believe both have a fantastic chance of having good careers at some level, hopefully at Arsenal or elsewhere. Either way, I want them to be the best they can be. Specific to Charlie Gilmour, just on the base of his contract running out, you'd think, well, you not even think. I mean, if I was Rangers, I'd give him a call purely because you look at Rangers before they signed Jordan Rossiter. They signed that lad from Liverpool on loan. They've had Zelalem at one point. They tried to get that lad off Everton as well. Currently, a former Arsenal player, Glenn Kamara, via Dundee, is now at Rangers. So they've got their eyes open and probably know all about Gilmour and know all about the profile of under-23 footballers, players that need to step up. For me, Rangers and Gilmour would be a match made in heaven. Firstly, because if you follow him on social media or if you just know him, he's a youth Scottish international and he's a Rangers fan. He's always asking for Rangers streams, always retweeting their stuff. He's someone that the fans would be able to identify with, and he'd be able to identify with them. Away from all of that, I mean, for me, I like him as a footballer. First and foremost, away from his good passing range and his positional play, I like his mentality, people. He's happy to let other people shine. You can tell he's not one of these divas that have played for top six clubs. So when he does leave Arsenal, if he does leave, hopefully he signs a new deal, he'll have no issues adapting to men's football, both physically and in terms of treatment. I mean, I would love for him to go to Rangers, but if he went somewhere else where you'd have to wash your own kit and things like that, he'd deal with it, man. You don't see this guy with flashy cars, watches, etc. He's very much a young head, an old head on young shoulders, which I've said before. So I think he'd be able to cope with moving to Scotland, even though he's from there essentially, but moving to Scotland at a young age, dealing with the pressure. I'm not saying he's going to be a starter and all of these sort of things. I'd love him to, but free agent, knows the club, Scottish international, and before all of that, just a good central midfield player that could develop into an even better central midfielder. Surely it's an avenue that Rangers should take up, to be honest with you. Like I said, he knows the club and he's a good central midfielder. He lets other people shine. He's not one of these typical young players that play on instinct and things like that. He's very calculated. Like I said, he's an old head on young shoulders. He's got that. He's a completely different player, in my opinion, from Gerrard, but he's got that Gerrardness about him in that he wants to stand up to be counted and relish his responsibility. And I mean, so that being said, Rangers is the Gerrard's the Rangers manager, so it'd be a match made in heaven. Who else to learn from than Steven Gerrard? Yeah, man. I believe a couple of clubs, well, a host of clubs will be vying for his signature both abroad and in England. It's only up to him and his advisors to do what they want. This is nothing but mere fan speculation. I just see someone who loves Rangers as a football club, and I see what Rangers have been doing in regards to the English market. There's an opportunity right here. I mean, he's 20 years of age as well. He needs to go and play senior football. So, for me anyways, it'd be a match made in heaven. But if you don't take my word for it, ask Glenn Kamara, is at your club, what he thinks of Charlie Gilmour, to be fair. I really rate how he handles himself as a person, people, because you don't see many people. Like I said, old head on young shoulders is impossible for you lot to see, but just look how he carries himself on the pitch. Again, it's difficult, but off the field, and just how he carries on. He's not a diva, and I've got a lot of time for him, man. I want him to be the best footballer he can be. Badly want Vontae and him to sign new deals, but I can only deal with the facts. It looks like their deals are running out. You're seeing Arsenal via the website announce a lot of new deals and things, and these two haven't been given contracts to my knowledge or haven't been on the website with the same deals, so inclines you to believe they'll both be departing the club. But yeah, man. And also for Rangers as well, if he goes the way I believe he can, he goes to Rangers, he gets his name out there, I believe a couple English sides will be after him, so they could make a tidy profit. Or they could have a good player for free, essentially. So yeah, and I find it interesting, man, how footballers' journeys take. Because you look at Gilmour, one of his good friends in the academy was McGain. One's at Barcelona, one's at Arsenal. You've seen Mavididi go to Italy. Akpom go to Greece, and they're still young. They can still do different things and stuff. Like, I really find it interesting how these players' careers go and where they go and the countries they live in and the cultures they embrace, because you see them play under 16s to under 18s, and then it's a madness. And who knows where they'll all be at 28. That's the wonderful thing about football, in my opinion. But I'm going to keep it moving. I've been here too long. Gilmour, I think you're a wonderful professional, and all the best if Arsenal don't renew your contract, which it looks like on paper. Again, fingers crossed that he gets a new deal and things, because he made his debut in the Europa League, was on the bench last year. He's made some strides, but he does need to play football. He's 19, 20 now. I think he's good enough to play senior football, but it is what it is. People, on that note, though, I'm going to get out of your hair. So people, deluded, I'm out.